Launching a new system across your entire company, it's got to be one of the riskiest projects you can take on. And it's not just about the tech. There's a hidden challenge that can totally derail the whole thing, making sure all your data speaks the same language. So today, we're going to dig into the secret of getting it right.
All right, let's just start with a simple question. What is the actual difference between a surge tank and a surge drum? Now, the answer is surprisingly critical, and it really shines a light on a problem that's lurking just under the surface of any big project.
Rolling out a brand new platform across an entire enterprise is, well, it's a monumental task. It's super complex, it's really expensive, and if you don't manage it perfectly, the risk of causing some major disruptions is just incredibly high. And because of that huge risk, just diving headfirst into a full-scale deployment, it's just not a smart move. So instead, most organizations, they choose to test the waters first. They start with a much smaller, more manageable piece of the puzzle.
And that, of course, brings us to the pilot program. You should really think of it as your project's essential dress rehearsal. It's a chance to roll out the new system at just 1 or 2 sites, learn the ropes, and work out all the kinks on a much smaller, safer scale before you decide to go big.
So the journey usually looks something like this. You launch the pilot, you learn everything you can from it, and then you begin the enterprise-wide rollout. But see that crucial step in the middle? It's often really underestimated. Using what you learn to refine your process and, this is the big one, normalize your data. Getting this step right is the foundation for absolutely everything that comes after. And during that pilot phase, companies almost always discover a hidden problem. It's not about the software, it's not about the hardware, it's about language. It's the simple fact that different teams often have completely different names for the exact same things. And this gets right to the heart of the matter. This is not a technical glitch, it's a human one. You could have an engineer in Texas who has one name for a piece of equipment, while another engineer up in Alberta uses a totally different term for the very same asset. Which brings us right back to our little mystery from the beginning. A surge tank and a search drum are the exact same thing. But when one facility is logging inspections under tank and another is logging them under drum, your enterprise-wide data just becomes a total mess. You can't compare performance, you can't track issues, you can't create any kind of effective report. The only way to fix this chaos is to create a common language, and you do this through a really powerful process called data normalization. It's all about setting up a single standardized way of referring to everything so that everyone across the entire organization is finally on the same page. So, in a nutshell, data normalization is just the process of standardizing all your critical data categories, your nomenclatures. It's where you sit down and decide on one official term for everything. You're basically creating a Rosetta Stone for your company's data. And that way, there's no more confusion between a surge tank and a surge drum. And the scope of this is often so much wider than people think. It's not just about equipment names. You have to standardize everything from how you classify equipment and what you call your inspection methods, all the way to how you rank the severity of a problem, like a deficiency rank. Every single one of these categories needs a clear, consistent set of terms to make sure your data is reliable. Now, I know going through all this detailed work during the pilot phase might sound a little tedious, but the payoff is enormous. When you get this right, you achieve total clarity in your data, and that fundamentally transforms how your organization operates.
With clean, normalized data, your reports and KPIs are finally effective. You can actually trust them. You can identify issues way faster because the data isn't hiding problems behind a bunch of different names. Strategic planning becomes a whole lot clearer, and most importantly, you've paved a nice, smooth path for a successful full deployment.
So this really leaves us with one final, crucial question for you to think about. Take a look at your own systems and ask yourself, is your data working together as a unified team, or are different parts of it unintentionally working against each other? The answer to that question could be the key to your next big success.